Charlotte, or shall I? Okay, and also please indulge me in welcoming to the stage the professional wheelchair tennis player and exoskeleton user, Charlotte Fairbank.
So hello everyone, I'm Nicolas, I'm the founder of Wondercraft, and this is Charlotte. She will be demoing our personal exoskeleton later. So when she's strapping into the device, I will be talking about the company I founded 12 years ago. So I graduated from École Polytechnique, which is a French engineering school, and Imperial College with a specialization in artificial intelligence. So 12 years ago, it was already a trend. And I also have a family with a genetic disease, which is called Charcot-Marie-Tooth. So my grandmother had the disease, and she had 10 children, and 7 of the 10 children have the disease, so including my father, who gave it to my brother and my sister. So people in my family lose the ability to walk as they grew old, and they end up using a wheelchair. So just after graduating from my engineering school, I looked at what existed at that time in robotics, and it was the time where we had the first videos of Boston Dynamics with a robot walking on a frozen lake, and it was pushed. And at that time, it was reacting to keep its balance very fast. And what struck me at that time is that it was really reacting like an animal would do. And I told myself, OK, so now we have the science to reproduce the inner workings of a brain, animal brain. And what I want to do with this technology is to build a new device to help people in wheelchair walk again and go around in the streets or in their home with this device. So what we did is we built like a humanoid robot. So it's really like the legs of a humanoid robot, 12 degrees of freedom, 12 motors, a lot of sensors. So we have first sensors in the ground, inertial sensors a bit everywhere in the structures, position sensors. And we take all this information at 1,000 Hertz by seconds. We compute the optimal motion to keep the stability. And it's a very hard problem, because even for a child, it takes 1 year to learn how to walk, as much as long as to learn how to talk. So we do it without thinking about it, but the brain is working all the time to adjust your position, to keep your balance. And it's particularly hard for bipedal. So that's why robots started with quadrupeds, because bipeds, it's harder. So we worked 12 years of R&D. We are now 100 people. We've raised $70 million, and we invested in developing this product. We started by releasing a first generation of our product in 2019. So it's a rehabilitation product. It's called Atalante. It helps people learn how to walk again after a stroke, for example, in a rehabilitation institute. We have helped more than 2,000 patients relearn to walk after a stroke. But the end goal was always to build the device for people to be able to take them home, to use it in their home environment or in the streets, to go into a park with their friends. And after 12 years of work, we are proud to present you this personal exoskeleton. And yeah, now Charlotte will do the demo.
Thanks, Nicolas. Hi, everyone. I'm happy to be here. My name is Charlotte Fairbank, and I have been a full-time wheelchair user for the last 16 years, almost. So in 2007, I had an accident where a bale of hay, it was quite an original accident, a bale of hay crushed me. It was very heavy, and it crushed my back. It rendered me paraplegic. So when you're paraplegic, you can no longer feel your legs or move your legs at all. So I've got complete paraplegia. I can't move my legs at all. Wondercraft has enabled me to walk again. So the first time I worked with Wondercraft was just under 2 years ago, in August 2022. I was initially using or walking with their rehabilitation device, and I really think that there is a massive future for the exoskeleton. So you're now going to see me, for the first time in 16 years, walk across a main stage. Here we go. We ready? So I'm now in speed number 2. I'm going to switch in speed number 3. There are different speeds. And I'm going to try and go and pick up this bag. So there are different modes. So there's the walking mode that you've just seen. There's also a free mode, which allows you to kind of have more of an active side to the exoskeleton. So I'm quickly going to switch. So this allows me to move around a little bit more and go and grab the bag. I can now turn around a little bit more. There's also, in order to move around with this exoskeleton, as you can see, I'm using a remote control. It's easy to hold. I can also clip it here if I want to go and reach something and I don't want the remote in my hand. All I have to do is push on this joystick at the end of the remote control to move sideways, forwards, backwards, move around. And this also works with a motion sensor, which is behind my back. So this motion sensor detects kind of my initial movements, so my intentions, really. So when I'm, for example, standing up or sitting back down, the light kind of inclination that I have with my back, that will be sensed by the sensor, and it will enable me to stand up and sit back down again. So I'll just turn around, and then I'll let Nico speak again, talk about the future of Wondercraft. There we go.
So that was our first live demo on stage. So it went well. No demo effect.
Thank you.
So I'm really happy to have done that because you see the smile of Charlotte, and that's really why we're working for that. We're giving smile to people. And to my family, we all have people in our knowledge that have mobility impairments. And you saw that what AI is able to do. It's quite complex machine. It took us 12 years of hard work. We have a lot of top engineering guys in our company that are working very hard to solve the problem every day. And what we're seeing now is that it's really accelerating really fast. with AI and the latest technique in machine learning, we've seen incredible progress in our labs, because the new techniques, really, when you use it, it's like you're able to reproduce the performance of the brain, of the human brain. So whatever you're able to do with your body, the machine is able to do it. So for example, we have new algorithms that are able to handle pushing, slopes, stairs. We're also adding vision sensors on the device. And everything is possible thanks to AI. So for us, AI is really about empowering people. So the science, the technology, I'm a true believer in progress and science. And this is a good example of what we can do if you use the technology well. And another good news is that Medicare, because technology is beautiful, but access to the technology is more important. So that's quite a complex machine, and it has a cost. But Medicare decided in April 2024, so this year, very recently, to cover personal exoskeleton. So it means that in the US, 70% of the people with SCI will have access to such a device. So it's really big news. And now we are hoping, that because we are a French company, that France will follow the US example. And as we are scaling production, because we are preparing to produce it at large scale, we really hope to get the cost down, because in the end, it's only like 12 electric motors, so it's mostly like 12 electric bicycles. So there's no reason that the cost cannot go down. And there is millions of people needing such a device. For example, in the US, there is 2 million people that use a wheelchair, being spinal cord injury, stroke patients that were not able to walk again after stroke, multiple sclerosis, degenerative disease like in my family, Charcot-Marie-Tooth. So it's really millions of people. And if we produce it at scale, it can go down a lot. And for example, it's 10 times less weight than a car, 10 times less components. So there's no reason, if we produce hundreds of thousands of millions of them, that it doesn't cost 10 times less than a car. Thank you.
Bo? Wow. Thank you so much. And do you know, I tried this out in 2019. I visited your offices and I filmed with the BBC. So I have stood where you're standing now. And back then it was really big, it was clunky. I had to buy high shoes so that I could fit. And it's just amazing to see how far you've come. So what's next?
So as I said, we are working every generation to get thinner, lighter, more able to address an event ground, adverse environment, even going into a crowd, navigating complex spaces, and really it's going very fast with the development. So this is the version today, but tomorrow we'll have even better one.
Oh, I wish you all the best of luck. What a powerful demonstration. Thank you very much to the Wondercraft team, and Charlotte, thank you as well.
Thank you.
Well done, my goodness.
Thank you.
Right, I think we're going to gently, casually walk off stage, because you can. I love how we've normalized this, by the way. Isn't that amazing? Just walk off with your exoskeleton, and I'll tell you what's going to be in store for after lunch. Okay, so as we leave Wondercraft, we have many more things for you to enjoy.